This is my least favorite thing about designing websites. For about 50% of my clients, I do a strategy guide, which means that I pull in all of their brand information. Some of them already have that, colors, fonts, everything else, but some of them do not. And so part of my job is to go in and choose a color palette based on their logo design and their look and feel of their brand. A lot of times I'm expanding on that, and I'm also choosing fonts for that brand that are going to work on the website. And a lot of times that's different from what's in the logo because it's scripty or it's just not going to translate well to larger paragraphs. But choosing fonts makes my brain want to explode. It is so difficult for my brain to think that way because there are lots of things to consider. Do we want serif, sans serif, all these different types of fonts? How do we want them to work together? What do we want them to say? And so I just figured out a trick that I'm going to be using to help me get started for every project. I have learned that if you go to ChatGPT and you describe your brand, kind of the look and feel that you want it to have, it will give you font suggestions. It gives me about 5 with a combination of 2 different fonts that I can look at. And generally, they are Google fonts. That means they are free for you to use anywhere you need to. It also gives you an explanation of why it picked that font combination, so you can kind of take a look and see what that does. And then if I've got a logo font that I want to try to match with but not use exactly, I can also tell it which fonts are in the logo so that we can come up with a font pairing that's going to complement that. And this has saved me so much time because it gives me a starting point instead of looking through an entire library of fonts. I have an idea of where to start and what types of things I'm looking for in the fonts that I use. Comment here and let me know what other tricks you want to learn about designing your website.